Hey, this is Adam Grant, host of TED's podcast, Rethinking with Adam Grant. Let me share with you why smart finance leaders turn to Bill. They know that clarity isn't just helpful, it's strategic. As the intelligent finance platform, Bill uses AI to automate the busy work for nearly 500,000 businesses so they can focus on intentional growth. Eliminate the friction and start scaling with the proven choice. Visit Bill.com/proven to talk with an expert about automating your business finances and get a $250 gift card as a thank you. That's Bill.com/proven. Terms and conditions apply. See offer page for details.
Tired of your car insurance rate going up even with a clean driving record? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry compares rates side by side from over 50 top insurers and helps you switch with ease. Jerry even tracks market rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Switch with confidence. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/ACAST today.
On today's Smart 7, next chapter of COVID inquiry report published, Bank of England holds rates as Middle East crisis continues, and much more. It's Friday, 20th of March, it's Red Nose Day, and happy birthday, Spike Lee.
The Smart 7. It's news, but not the news.
Thursday saw the third volume of the UK's COVID inquiry report published with a focus on the NHS. Speaking at the launch of the report, Inquiry Chair Baroness Hallett had praise for NHS staff.
The report concerns the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on the UK's healthcare systems. I can summarise that impact as we coped, but only just.
The COVID pandemic saw almost 250,000 deaths, and the report details the brutal pressure on the NHS as the system could not cope with the number of severely ill patients. It lists the shortage of ambulances, oxygen, PPE and trained intensive care staff, and also pointed out that the stay-at-home, protect the NHS messaging led to a drop in visits to A&E, which may have endangered patients who needed urgent non-COVID care. Nicola Ranger, the General Secretary of the Royal College of Nursing, says it's unforgivable that the government did not have a proper plan for the pandemic.
There is absolutely no way we were prepared. We had to, as the report shows, rely on student nurses. We absolutely had to rely on recruiting in from other countries. Absolute disgrace. There is no excuse for not being ready.
The price of oil jumped to $119 a barrel at one point on Thursday as the escalation of the war in the Middle East rattled markets. Israel's attack on Iran's largest gas field, which was followed by Iran retaliating with attacks on its neighbours, has sparked new concern that there is no end in sight to the conflict that appears to be widening. The US president spoke in the Oval Office, pledging that the war will be over soon and that he will do whatever it takes to lower oil prices. There was also a supremely awkward moment as he took questions from reporters with Japanese Prime Minister Sanai Takaichi. The question was why the US didn't notify its allies in advance.
And we went in very hard, and we didn't tell anybody about it because we wanted surprise. Who knows better about surprise than Japan? Okay? Why didn't you tell me about Pearl Harbor?
NATO Secretary General Mark Rutte has been trying to walk a delicate line to keep the alliance intact as Trump grows increasingly irritated that European allies are refusing to support the American and Israeli attacks.
What the US is doing at the moment is degrading that capability of Iran, and I think that's very important. This is important for European security, for the Middle East. It is vital for Israel itself.
Mortgage holders who were hoping for an interest rate cut on Thursday were disappointed as the Bank of England voted to leave the rate at 3.75%. That's largely because of Donald Trump and the chaos in the Middle East, which has seen energy prices climb, and with no end in sight, the bank took the sensible option and left rates where they were. The US Federal Reserve also held its rates this week, as did the European Central Bank. Governor of the Bank of England, Andrew Bailey, who had predicted more rate cuts this year, was taking a sensible approach.
None of us know how this is going to play out. I think, therefore, the appropriate thing is to hold at this point. I don't think it's appropriate to go beyond that, though.
Thursday saw students in Canterbury forming long queues as they waited for a vaccine, as the meningitis outbreak in Kent showed no sign of ending. There are now 27 confirmed and suspected cases, and 2 students have died from the disease. The UK Health and Security Agency says that anyone who went to Club Chemistry in Canterbury between March 5th and 15th was eligible for the shot, as they continue to investigate the theory that the club was the site of a super spreader event. Health Secretary Wes Streeting was keen to emphasise that there's no need for panic.
So far, I'm confident we're doing everything we could do to contain the spread. That's the objective. In terms of the way in which this infection spreads, it is through close personal contact. The risks, even for students here in Canterbury, are relatively low.
Still to come on today's Smart 7 in association with Metro, a good night in the Europa League, and Jessie Ware goes for a ride right after this.
AI is transforming customer service. It's real and it works. And with Finn, we've built the #1 AI agent for customer service. We're seeing lots of cases where it's solving up to 90% of real queries for real businesses. This includes the real-world complex stuff like issuing a refund or cancelling an order. And we also see it when Finn goes up against competitors. It's top of all the performance benchmarks, top of the G2 leaderboard, and if you're not happy, we'll refund you up to $1 million, which I think says it all. Check it out for yourself at Finn.ai.
Hey, this is Adam Grant, host of TED's podcast, Rethinking with Adam Grant. Have you heard of Bill? It's the intelligent finance platform that uses AI to help you avoid costly errors and optimize cash flow. In fact, Bill reports that over 90 of the top 100 US accounting firms trust them to manage, move, and maximize money, proven by over $1 trillion in secure transactions. Eliminate the friction and start scaling with the proven choice. Visit Bill.com/proven to talk with an expert about automating your business finances and get a $250 gift card as a thank you. That's Bill.com/proven. Terms and conditions apply. See offer page for details.
Welcome back.
Thursday night saw things go much better than they had in the Champions League games this week, as Crystal Palace knocked out Cypriot side AE Larnaca with an extra time away win, which put Oliver Glasner's team through to the next round of the Europa Conference League. Aston Villa were at home to French side Lille with a 1-0 advantage from the first leg, and they made it look easy with a 2-0 win and head to the Europa League quarter-finals. Nottingham Forest were in Denmark to face Midtjylland, 1-0 down from the first leg, but their game finished 2-2 on aggregate and went to extra time, and then penalties, which Forest won 3-0. Manager Vitor Pereira was delighted and thinks that the win will inspire his side this weekend against Spurs.
Of course, it's important. When we win, it's different. The spirit is different, the energy is different, and the boys deserve, because they are a fantastic group. Very, very good players, and with team spirit, character, and we show everything to them.
If I say Jessie Ware, you might first think of her podcast Table Manners, which is now in its 10th season. But before the podcast, she was of course a successful singer and performer. She's just about to drop her 6th album called Super Bloom, and she's been busy doing press and promoting it. The first single from the album is called Ride, and the idea behind it is power, control and desire, but all in a Western cowboy style setting. Naturally, Jessie needed someone to play a cowboy, or possibly a horse, and who better to ask than House of Guinness actor James Norton. But when it came to rehearsals, things started to get awkward.
The day before the shoot, he's coming round so we can work out what we're going to do in this video that's going to be a little raunchy. We're going through the motions, and improv is the same word to me as jamming, which gives me the fear. And he's on all fours, crawling to me. And he's like, Jessie, tell me what you want to do to me. And I'm like, oh God, yeah, we're in a kind of sub-dom situation here. And I don't know what to do.
The genius behind Dumb and Dumber and Something About Mary is back with a new sports-themed comedy just in time for the World Cup. Peter Farrelly, one half of the legendary Farrelly brothers, has teamed up with Mark Wahlberg and Paul Walter Hauser, who play marketing executives for a company that creates a ludicrous new type of condom just in time for an imaginary World Cup in Brazil. It's got an amazing supporting cast, including a sinister Sacha Baron Cohen and plenty of that trademark Farrelly comedy that's so bad it's good. It drops on April 15th on Prime Video.
In order to win the World Cup account, I have devised a condom that covers both the penis and the testicles.
What is happening here? What do we...
I don't know, but I can't look away.
You've been listening to The Smart 7. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Hit that follow button and have a great day. Give us 7 minutes and we'll give you the world.
AI is transforming customer service. It's real and it works. And with Finn, we've built the #1 AI agent for customer service. We're seeing lots of cases where it's solving up to 90% of real queries for real businesses. This includes the real-world complex stuff like issuing a refund or cancelling an order. And we also see it when Finn goes up against competitors. It's top of all the performance benchmarks, top of the G2 leaderboard, and if you're not happy, we'll refund you up to $1 million, which I think says it all. Check it out for yourself at fin.ai.
Hey, this is Adam Grant, host of TED's podcast, Rethinking with Adam Grant. Let me share with you why smart finance leaders turn to Bill. They know that clarity isn't just helpful, it's strategic. As the intelligent finance platform, Bill uses AI to automate the busy work for nearly 500,000 businesses so they can focus on intentional growth. Eliminate the friction and start scaling with the proven choice. Visit Bill.com/proven to talk with an expert about automating your business finances and get a $250 gift card as a thank you. That's Bill.com/proven. Terms and conditions apply. See offer page for details.